What's going on, y'all? This be your boy, Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new episode of Yes for the Mess, where we talk about celebrity gossip, hot topics, and all things reality TV based. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday, and I intend on doing the exact same thing. What is going on, you guys? Now, before we get into today's mess, let me let you guys know what we got coming up on the platform, y'all. Okay. Now, today is Tuesday, which means that we have Love and Hip Hop Atlanta to talk about tonight. So make sure you guys tune in. The link is already available, and go ahead and set your reminders because it's going to be something. So go ahead and do that. Okay. Also, later on this week, we will be doing the Chasing panel on Thursday, where we talk about last week's episode of Chasing Orlando. All right. So make sure you guys tune in for that. Okay. So with that being said, this is pretty much all that I got for the church announcement. So we're going to go ahead and get into the mess. Okay. Now, Carlos King did a Messy Monday yesterday. He had a special guest that on the show with him, and that was none other than our favorite person, our favorite cafeteria lady, Charrisse Jackson Jordan. Okay. I don't know why she was the special guest. I don't know why he thought that we would be gagged about her ass being on there. But however, she came on and she said a couple of things. Now, she came on and the conversation about Mia Thornton's storyline came on, and Charrisse said that she feels like Mia's storyline is fake as hell and she's only doing this for a storyline. The storyline in regards to her husband, her new man, and her son Jeremiah. Charrisse says that she feels like that is absolutely a fake concocted ass storyline. Her words, not mine. However, if you want to hear what Charrisse actually had to say, stay tuned because we're about to get into it now. Let's take a listen.
There is backlash that Mia is receiving from some people on social media, and I want to address this.
Okay.
Mia is showing her reality, and her reality is that she is dealing with a situation where she is in the middle of divorcing Gordon. He has rekindled her relationship with Ink. And now there's this question of paternity when it comes to her son, that she has with Gordon. Mia had this conversation on camera, showing her reality. There are people who feel like Mia is using this storyline to benefit her position on the show. What are your thoughts on that?
As a mother, I personally don't like the storyline because these young kids have to go to school and deal with a lot of crap. And her son, unfortunately, I know I heard something where like, oh, when he gets older, he's going to look back at this and see this. No. He's going to school right now at his age. In his class, people know that she is his mother. The kids are talking about it. It's really embarrassing, and where that might be her reality, and she's being open, if that's what you want to call it. I think there's a way to draw a line with some things. Like, honestly, if someone else had found that information out and brought it to the show, and she was faced to address it, to me, it's a little different than voluntarily saying, "This is going on in my life." And
Gordon brought it up at the reunion.
Gordon did bring it up.
Yeah. So we're talking about it.
But then she said it wasn't true. She said it wasn't true. But then when the season starts rolling again, you see a scene where she's saying that her boyfriend wants this test, and I'm just like, okay. In reality, I just think I just think it's too much. As a mother, I just wouldn't want that on my child, first of all. And I wouldn't. It just says a lot. I mean, I personally don't believe the storyline.
What do you mean you don't believe it? You think it's fake?
I don't. I think, I think, and this is my opinion. I could be wrong. I hope
your opinion.
I hope I am wrong, but oftentimes, and I've seen it where women will, they plan their next season and the lies and all that stuff. And to me, it's a lot. It's just like, why are you bringing this on television? It's just, even the thing with the boyfriend. Like, go ahead, get a divorce and move on to the next. You know, like, why are we having to see her, her kids? And I mean, it's her reality, but oh my gosh, it's just taking too much. Her kid, like the husband saying, the kid is seeing her in bed with ink and all that stuff. As someone watching the show, and you're like, wow, these poor children. Like, what's going on here? And for it to be on a national platform, it's just like, wow. I mean, I admire her for being a transparent woman. Like, yes, I've had 1,000 surgeries, and yes, whatever she wants to own. Yes, that's great. I just think that sometimes you got to draw a line, and it's almost like you kind of feel like some people do anything to be relevant on television. And it's kind of giving that. Like, I just wouldn't do that to my kids. But that's me. Some people will look at it and say, well, this is, giving her the big bucks or whatever. Is it at this juncture? It's not a whole lot of money to do that to your children.
There is backlash that Mia is receiving.
And that was Charrisse basically giving her opinion about Mia's storyline and saying that she feels like it's a fake storyline and that she's doing too much for the sake of her kids. And to be honest, I normally do not agree with Charrisse on most things, but I do agree with her on this. And that is my biggest issue with this particular storyline. And it's one thing, and I get it. It's reality TV. We want to see these people reality and stuff like that. And we've seen storylines on reality shows such as Love and Hip Hop, where there was a paternity test involved, and we didn't know if the child was somebody else's. Like, we've seen it time and time again with Rashida and Kirk. Like, we've seen that stuff. But I think for me, and it may not be the correct way of looking at it, but I feel like those are babies, and they wasn't around to really see what was going on because they're little bitty kids. However, in this particular situation, Mia's son is 8 years old. He's going to school. These kids know exactly who the hell he is. They probably know exactly who the fuck his mama is. And I'm pretty sure that their parents watches that show and they know exactly what's going on. And kids can be very motherfucking cruel. They can be cruel. As a person that grew up in school being bullied about things that was beyond my motherfucking control, these kids are, they can get bullied. And not to mention, they talk about, oh, their kids is going to see this. They're already seeing it. Like, I don't know how I would feel to know that I'm 8 years old and the father that I've grown up to know to be my daddy ain't really my daddy like that. And my whole normal, now Ink is now my new normal, and I don't even know this nigga like that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's how I'm looking at it. I just feel like Mia is being teamed too much when it come down to the whole storyline situation. And a lot of people feel like the storyline is fake. A lot of people feel like it's either fake or it may be a little bit real, but she's doing too much or she putting 10 on 20. That's what a lot of people really think. And that's how it's looking right now. And Mia has already shown us that she would do anything for the sake of a storyline. Reality is reality. And I understand that we want reality. I understand that we want to see these people's real lives. I know that we all want to see what's really going on. But at what point do we draw a line when it involves our children and things like that? Because sometimes our decisions can affect our children, whether we know it or not, and whether we are aware of that or not. Sometimes the choices of the parent can also affect the kids down the line or right away when you make the decision. So you need to think about what you're putting out there on this TV, because it don't just affect you, it also affects your motherfucking children, Mia. So I don't normally agree with nothing that Charrisse ever says, but I definitely agree with her when she's saying that. Like, everything that she said was a fact. Everything she said, I agree with it. And that just comes from, I think, with Charrisse, that's why she's not really on the show like that, because there's a lot that she could not discuss. She couldn't discuss her divorce. She probably really didn't want to discuss her divorce because she didn't want it to affect her kids. You know what I mean? It's just like, And I see that people were in the comments and they were all saying, well, Charrisse had all the tools, she'll still be on TV. I don't believe that that's what it is. I just think that Charrisse is not willing to do certain things that people like Mia are willing to do for the sake of a storyline, for the sake of TV, for the sake of I'm the star of the show. And people like Carlos find that type of shit to be entertaining, but humiliation to a child would never be motherfucking entertaining to me. But that's just me, and that's just how I feel about the said situation. Like, that's just how I feel about it. So, I don't know, but I do want to know how you guys feel about it. Do you think that Charrisse was on point on the things that she said about Mia? Do you think that Charrisse is talking out of her ass? Like, what do you guys think? Let's talk about it down below. So with that being said, this is your boy Scotty by Nature TV. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video, and also click on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops. And if you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok will be down below. With that being said, you guys, your boys up out of here, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye, y'all.
Don't shake your ass, booty acting up. Don't grab your drinks, baby, pass the Dutch. Damn, shorty bad, looking bad as fuck. Don't sweat it, ain't no competition, I said it. Don't exist for the beef, motherfucker, I did it. Pull up, knock your corns like Mario. Couldn't let me do 100 miles of cardio. Damn. You niggas stay faking, you niggas stay hating, you niggas so basic. You felt the win, so don't test me, nigga. My team lethal weapon, Joe Pesci, nigga. The haters see me win, so I cause them frustration. Haters see my name, so I give them penetration. Bro, running this race on you fucking lanes. Spin the block, Debo, bitch, tuck your chain. Bam.
Nigga hot, don't sweat, don't stop, don't sweat. Nigga hot, don't sweat, don't stop.